Here at Second Wind, we sure do like talking, but not everyone wants to look at us while we talk. Well, good news! Our podcasts like Windbreaker, Firelink, DevHeads, and The Rewind, plus audio-only episodes of Fully Ramblematic and Adventure Is Nigh are all on Spotify or your PPP, and that's your preferred podcast platform.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Windbreakers podcast. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Windbreakers podcast. I'm just saying that again because I got thrown off slightly. I'm Yahtzee Croshaw. I'm joined by Jay and Marty, the entities
Crank.
above me as I speak.
Crank.
What are you doing now? Why are you saying crank?
Oh, saying crank. I don't know. I'm testing out some catchphrases, seeing if any of them stick. Did you not like crank?
I liked it. I liked it.
Jay liked
I
it.
don't think
I understood the verbiage you were using, Marty, and that's something that I really appreciate for this stream.
That's important.
Today.
I don't think anything will be confusing today.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. This week, we're talking about the alignment chart we've been occasionally reminded of frequently over the last few months, and now we're finally going to do it. But we're not doing lawful versus chaotic versus good versus evil. We're doing one specially designed by me for video game developers and development studios.
Yeah.
And our axis, Eric would be so kind as to bring it up right now, has competence over the top, ranging from competent to maladroit, and level of hype along the side, going from auspicious to humble. Now behind the scenes, my colleagues here have objected to my specific usages of words. Would you like to explain what words you have in trouble with?
I was on board. Competence and hype. That was exactly like that. We were 100%. That was exactly what we wanted to do. And then you said maladroit. And I was just like, the fuck is this word? And I didn't know it was pronounced maladroit until seconds ago. I thought it was maladroit because I thought it was French.
Ooh, maladroit. Look at Mr. Classy European over here.
I don't know what the word means. I can't be classy.
Well, it takes a second to learn. It just means the opposite of competent. Cack-handed, bumbling.
Cack-handed? You know,
I know cack-handed.
It's supposed to be about communicating ideas in a simple manner to someone.
Yes.
It's like...
Marty, it was the simplification of language that was the sign of the evil totalitarian government in 1984. See, by having lots of different words, with nuanced meanings, adds a greater ability to express revolutionary thoughts.
Okay, Yahtzee is trying to justify his use of the word maladroit to say he's fighting a dictatorship.
There you go.
I dig it.
I appreciate that. Counterpoint, crank. That's what I say to those words.
Exactly, Bart Fargus. Maladroit simply means that you are not adroit.
Fucking
you know what adroit means,
I'm very excited for the exercise. I had a very fun time putting together my list.
Yes, we've all put together our own lists of one developer development studio to put in each slot. Most of mine are development studios, I've got to say, so I'd be interested to hear what the others have come up with. Why don't we start at positive, the auspicious competent in the top left. Games that are hyped, people expect to be good, and are usually pretty good. Now, I might ruffle some feathers here, but I went with first-party Nintendo.
That was.
I think that's good.
I had them there. I ended up going with someone else, but that's great. Explain your work there.
Well, Nintendo are obviously the best-known video game developer in the world, let's say, to the point that there was a certain time when ignorant parents would say, "Are you playing your Nintendos again?" even if it wasn't a Nintendo console. Mm-hmm. Mario, one of the hottest properties in the world, and every time Nintendo brings out a new first-party game, it's going to be hype, and more often than not, Nintendo's games put the work in to be very, very well designed. Exceptions exist, obviously, but usually you rely on them as a capable bunch of hands.
Yeah. It's and I feel like it's their development team is separate from like any silly decisions Nintendo makes when it comes to pricing or like cracking down on fan tournaments and shit, because it feels like Nintendo truly embodies a do no harm design philosophy. Like they are the like lone developers out there who aren't trying to nickel and dime you in microtransactions and pay $10 early and get the game $10 3 days early or whatever. I think Nintendo's a great choice for this one.
Yeah, I agree.
Right.
Yeah.
Who's going next?
What's yours, Mike?
Your turn.
My for this one, if when it comes to large amounts of hype, but being able to deliver on said hype, Hideo Kojima.
Nice.
I think Kojima, I think that was kind of one of the names we came up with when we thought about doing this a few weeks ago.
That was certainly one of my candidates. When it comes to overpromising and over-delivering, he's the one.
Yeah, makes bangers, is also possibly insane.
Yeah.
Confirmed insane. Definitely insane.
I mean, if nothing else, it's going to be something memorable that's probably going to be meme-worthy.
Yeah. So Jay, who would you slot in here?
Okay, so as we discussed in the back, you guys have like specific slots. I have a list of prepped ones I wanted to talk about, but I think I've got them in an order. So as we were just discussing, so I think for this, I'm gonna go with Larian. I think Larian, if you'd played their games before, if you played Divinity, Original Sin 2, like you knew when they were like, we're doing Baldur's Gate 3, you knew it was going to be a banger, and then they blew everyone out of the water with Baldur's Gate 3. And now I think they're now at the point, listening to their development culture and how their studio culture is, whatever they're doing next is going to be nuts. And I know they're going to deliver because they'll take the time to actually make it. So I think Larian is up in my contender there.
Are they big hype, though? Do they command big hype? Well, they are now, yes.
Well, they are now, yeah.
Yeah, I would say honorable mention for this From Software for Auspicious Competent.
I really don't have From Software.
I have FromSoft on my list. FromSoft on my list. So I think, I don't think it would fit anywhere else. So I'd probably say FromSoft are here as well for an honorable.
Okay, what axis are we going to go down first?
Do we want to stay with competence?
Yeah, all right. Let's go down to neutral competent.
Okay.
So these are the games that don't particularly command hype, but are usually good. I went with Valve for neutral competence.
Oh,
games that don't create hype.
Well, games that you don't have much hype leading up to them, certainly, because Valve more often than not just throw stuff out there unexpectedly.
Sure, the imminent shadow drop of Half-Life 3.
Yeah, because as well as hype, this is over-promising, and I don't think Valve ever over-promise.
No, they do deliver on their promises. It's just sometimes we don't get those games for a very long time or ever.
Yeah. Hence neutrality. They're hype neutral.
Yeah,
I've been playing the weird MOBA shooter Deadlock recently. They did a huge drop of like content the last few weeks, and it's really good. It's improving. So yeah, I was meh on it, and now I'm like, oh shit, Valve, they're pulling the finger out. They're doing good.
I like that.
Marty, what's yours?
I have Team Cherry on there, the developers of Hollow Knight, because despite the out of control hype for Silksong, I maintain it wasn't their fault.
Okay,
we did that. So if we need to be put, the collective, capital W, we. I chose this one for here because I started replaying Hollow Knight with Silksong coming up, and let me tell you, I forgot how good Hollow Knight was. I knew Hollow Knight was good in my head. I was like, when I played it 7 years ago, this game was good. I'm replaying it now, and I'm like, God damn, this game is good.
It took a while to get good, I'd say.
It does. My first few hours with it, I was a little like, ooh, is this not as great as I remember? But once the movement kicks in, once you get your double jump, once you get your super dash, all that stuff, it really starts cooking. So, and again, the hype, I don't think was their fault. Like if you read that Bloomberg piece that Jason Schreier did for them, I think they just wanted to make things, and I think they're doing it.
Okay, Jay.
Yeah, I dig that. Mine would be Insomniac games. I think Insomniac make some incredible games. I think I've said it before on the pod, I think they might be one of the last great game studios that they just consistently put out really decent games. And I think people do get hype about them, but mainly because the IPs are really big. They've got the Ratchets, they've got the Spompy Mans, and the Wolverine boys. Like, they're hype for that, but also they make really good games. But not like, Game of the Year, like break the internet type stuff. So I think
I was about to say Ghost of Tsushima as well, but that's Sucker Punch, isn't it? Who seem to have gone down pretty much the same path as Insomniac.
Yeah, it's funny. They're not. I feel like they're not considered in the same. When people talk about Sony first-party studios, people don't kind of. I feel like put them on the same tier as like a Naughty Dog, even though I think they've proven that they kind of belong there. Although Naughty Dog's the one who, they get the accolades and they get the HBO series and all that trash.
So I'd say Sucker Punch is my honorable mention there, since I brought it up.
Yeah, agreed.
Nice.
All right, let's keep moving down the competence scale to humble competent. Now, I have a feeling you might be able to predict my one for this. Indie, lone developer, my
Lucas
favorite
Pope?
lone indie developer. That's the one.
Yeah.
The Pope Master himself, the Pope of indie games, Lucas
There
Pope,
he is.
the Pontiff, who brought us Papers, Please, Return of the Obra Dinn, that weird crank game I haven't played, but I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah.
But, they're just great games. Return of the Obra Dinn, Papers, Please.
Yeah.
Fight me.
Yeah. Absolute generational games. And the games just kind of seemingly come into existence. And people are like, oh shit, like a generation defining game is now out.
I feel like they've been nurtured rather than made. Like they'd come out of the void. Love them.
I'm curious. Yeah, I'm also extremely curious what he's working on next in terms of like a core.
Is it another crank game? Is that a crank 'em up?
Can't keep making crank games.
I don't want to set expectations too high. I don't want to pressure the poor bastard.
Sure. Yeah. Oh, look, he's got a little papal hat too. That's very nice.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Honorable mentions. I'd say like Pixel from who did Cave Story.
Okay. Yeah.
Just tons of really good indie developments.
Do you think in order to be humble competent, you need to be indie? Do you think it's possible to be AAA and humble competent?
Well, have you nominated someone from AAA who's humble competent?
No, kind of. I went specific in Nintendo, and I went Shigesato Itoi, the creator of Earthbound.
Ooh, Earthbound.
The Mother franchise.
I dig that.
Which this is a guy. He's kind of a troubadour when it comes to art. Like, video games aren't his first thing, aren't his only thing. He was an ad man in Japan. Like, he was a fucking Don Draper in the 70s and 80s. And then he does voice work. He voices the dad in My Neighbor Totoro. So games almost feel like a fun little side thing. And he just so happened to make, two of the greatest, not just RPGs, but games of all time, in my opinion, and has not made anything since 2006 and will probably not make another game for the rest of his life. So there's something humble about that I really appreciate. So Shigesato Itoi, creator of Earthbound.
So I just nominated, the chat have mentioned Concerned Ape of Stardew Valley, the dev behind Balatro, Toby Fox of Undertale. All of those I would put in humble competent.
Yeah.
Can like a Concerned Ape be, does that feel humble? Because I do feel like
it was humble at first.
Yeah. I guess can you maintain being humble in 2025 on the internet?
Especially if you've played Stardew fucking Valley.
Sure. Yeah.
For mine is again in a similar vein. It's Supergiant Games. I think since their first game, they've been consistently releasing bangers, but I don't think until Hades, I don't think they really blew up into the mainstream.
Absolutely.
I'll agree with that.
And now they might bump up, but I think they were in humble competent. They're just like, we're going to make our weird, like, dodgeball game.
They make the weird stuff that appeals to them. I respect that.
Yeah, and I really respect that, and I think that puts them in this category for me.
Yeah. Yeah, and they're very open with their development. Like the fact that they've done a bunch of like behind the scenes documentaries and stuff. I don't think that knocks them out of the humble range. I think that if anything highlights how kind of like humble and modest their team has remained despite making incredible games.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. Well, moving on down to the neutrals, the games that do the job but don't blow anyone's heads. Starting with Auspicious. And for me, this okay, I just went for all of Sony.
Just Sony in general.
Yeah, Sony in general as a publisher. All their like first-party games, your Astrobots, all the stuff that Naughty Dog makes, your God of War, Ragnarok's, your Last of Us's. I stick that all in Auspicious neutral. Lots of hype, basically okay.
Okay. I know I'm a little bit warmer on a lot of Sony games than you are. Like I'm warmer on Naughty Dog games and stuff like Tsushima and Spider-Man. But I do think hype-wise they would have to be in the Auspicious category because these are some of the most expensive games in the industry, and they get the bus ads, and they get the Super Bowl ads, and they get all those things. So yeah, I'd agree with you there.
What's yours?
Mine for auspicious neutral was CD Projekt Red, and that was mostly because I was thinking specifically of Cyberpunk, and that is a game that eventually kind of outgrew neutral into competent, but I think it's fumbled launch, and the fact that they showed an E3 demo that wasn't really indicative of the final game, it had garbage performance on old hardware, kind of for me put them in here, with the caveat that depending on how Witcher 4 turns out, they could move, hopefully in an upward direction from here, but shout out to Poland. Friend of the show, Poland.
I agree with that placement so much. That's also my placement. Is CD Projekt Red in that position.
Shit!
So, shit!
It's on my list, and that's where I wanted to
overlappy.
So they didn't put the work in.
Hey.
All right. Now, this might be tricky. True neutral. Not too much hype. Basically competent games. Just reminding myself what I put in here. Okay, here we go. I put in Sega.
Okay.
Because, you could go either way with Sega.
Sure.
They've done some really good stuff. I'm thinking of Ryuga Gotoku Studios out of nowhere. Mm-hmm. And then you've got fucking Sonic Team. And I don't think anyone really expects greatness from Sega at this point. I think they expect Sega to muddle along.
Yeah. Yeah, Sega's an interesting one because, like you said, they have some of the highs. RGG, the Persona team, and everything, but then they also have, your Sonic slowly limping along, bleeding out. Yeah. Although we all love Sonic Frontiers, this is true.
I'm saying it all averages out.
Sure, yeah, I think that's a fair in terms of AAA. They might be the most average. I like that.
Okay.
I had I went indie for this one, and I went Yahtzee Crochet.
You bastard.
I like the idea of your face in the middle of this board. It was honestly less about the neutral of any of it and more that I think it's nice to have you there. Jesus, what is that you?
Oh, my God, I'm so young.
Oh my God.
So innocent.
Nice headset, bro.
So innocent. What are you doing?
You look like an esports commentator.
You do.
That was from the video I did to like plug my first novel. That would have been
God.
Like what was that? Like 15 years ago? Jesus.
Eric, how do you find these things?
I know, crazy.
I like it. Even the way you talk about your own games, I think, is very is very neutral. Because you have sort of the braggadocious way about you, but I also feel like you are a humble developer, and I feel like
I like to think there is critic me and there is game developer me.
Yeah, absolutely.
And game developer me is certainly a lot humbler.
Yeah. So yeah, I like you there.
Yeah,
okay.
I dig that.
Jay, what would you put?
All right, let's get Yahtzee sandwiched between Sega and Game Freak.
The Pokemon lads.
His two favorite.
For me, Game Freak are here. I was gonna. They could go in a lot of places for me here. I think Game Freak have a lot of hype, but they are so. They've been making the same game for the last 20 years, and even when they are trying to push the bar, they're not really doing it very well. There's a lot of missteps, and I just think they're just very And this is, as you guys well know, this is coming from someone who buys 2 of every Pokemon game that comes out.
Sure.
I just think they're very So that for me, they go here.
Do you think they have what it takes to sort of reach the creative pinnacles that they have had in the past?
If they let someone else make it, yeah. I think if I just don't think the people there. I just don't think they have it, because they're never gonna let an outside company put their creative spark on it. Even when they've tried to go to 3D, it's they made some positive changes, but they've never done anything to. The property is so big now that they can't take those risks. So they're just not gonna do it. So no.
Fair enough. All right, well, let's move on to Humble Neutral. And the trouble with Humble from competent downwards is that you're kind of kicking people when they're down, and most of these guys probably don't have enough of a profile anyway. But for Humble Neutral, I went with Night Dive Studios. Indie developer, mainly carved out a niche for themselves, remaking and porting old 90s shooters. And they're fine. They're those shooters. Yeah.
They seem very almost like a workman, a utilitarian studio. They do a service that is a good service, but they kind of don't go above and beyond that thing. And I don't know if they have aspirations of making their own game or anything, or if this is just where they are forever.
I'd say the System Shock remake had a bit more effort gone into it, although it was a pretty straight remake. They just sort of improved the visuals and stuff. Other stuff they've done have pretty much just been straight ports. But I like that they ported those games. I like that I could play Heretic without my computer throwing a fit over wanting to control with the mouse.
I like it. For my Humble Neutral, I went with Tim Schafer / Double Fine. I think they consistently put out interesting, sometimes great, sometimes okay games. Psychonauts, I would put near the Psychonauts 2, especially a really high bar, whereas some of their previous things a little bit lower. And again, also that kind of that humble nature, I think we see in Supergiant, we see in behind the scenes stuff, which they've been very open and early on, having sort of full documentaries made about the process of making their games. They're very open and communicative with their audience. So yeah, I put them here.
I sputtered a little when I thought of Double Fine as neutral rather than competent. But I thought about it and you know what? They do good, narrative. They've got a good artistry about it, but I don't think they've ever proved themselves as game designers. I don't think they do good gameplay mechanics.
Yeah, I would say in terms of visual creativity and writing and humor and storytelling, I would put them in a pretty top tier. But yeah, I mean, my favorite game of theirs is a 3D platformer that is built on the foundation of all the 3D platformers that came before it.
Yeah, and it's a bit ratchet and clanky.
Yeah.
Jay, Humble Neutral.
Yeah, for me, it's difficult because, like you said, we're kicking them while they're down, but I don't necessarily view this as you kicking them when they're down. I view this as companies that are humble and are just making decent stuff.
Yeah.
And for me, that would be Cyan or Cyan World or Inc., whatever they're called at the moment. The creators of Myst and Riven and Abduction. I think they've been consistently making great niche, adventure puzzle games for a very long time that don't get a crazy amount of hype to the point where they've had to lay a bunch of people off recently. Apologies, Eric. Didn't have this one prepped.
Well, they must be pretty humble because I didn't even know they were still making games.
Yeah, they're still going. There's been a bunch of remakes and
they remade Mist and Riven, right?
Oh, they made the remakes themselves. I assumed it was just like a
I believe so.
Yeah, I think that's right.
But yeah, I just feel like they've been consistent. There's not a lot of hype, and I kind of lump this with like any niche holding on to the 90s kind of game devs. Like anyone who's making a point-and-click adventure game. I think you're making good stuff, and it's you can be in this category.
Yeah, you kind of have to be humble if you're making a game in that genre, right? Like, I can't imagine having someone be auspicious while making point-and-click adventure games or Myst-like.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, now for the fun column, the Maladroit column, the developers that produce shit. And let's start right at the top, the auspicious Maladroit developers who get all the hype and continue to produce garbage. And again, some of you might predict this. I went with Ubisoft.
Sure.
I went with Ubisoft for auspicious Maladroit, which is such a shame, There was a time when I thought they were one of the good ones. Around the time, Assassin's Creed 1 and 2 were coming out. Like, hey, it was the Prince of Persia Sands of Time trilogy. They gave us Beyond Good and Evil. Who could dislike them? But they've just proved time and time again they're just not interested in adapting.
Yeah, and it's frustrating because like a thing like Prince of Persia Lost Crown can come out and it could be like, you guys can still do this. Like, why are but then I guess not enough people bought it, or
apparently they can't.
Expectations were too high.
Indie developers they hoover up can do it, but they can't.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
Fucking Ubisoft.
You went with Ubisoft there. For my auspicious Maladroit, I focused more on the being bad people part of things, and I chose 38 Studios, specifically Kurt Schilling, the creator of 38 Studios, who made Kingdoms of Amalur: Reckoning. Kurt Schilling was a former all-star baseball player who made a video game studio, placed it in Rhode Island in the U.S. And got huge loans and tax breaks from the taxpayers of Rhode Island. The studio quickly went under. Kurt Schilling refused to pay dozens, if not hundreds, of employees for the work they did, including relocating to fucking Rhode Island, to the point where like this man arguably committed like corporate crimes. Like maybe this guy should be in jail.
An actual criminal.
An actual and like a genuine bad dude. So I put them there. Even though Kingdoms of Amalur: Reckoning, removed from everything, a fine game. Terrible, like dog shit title, a fine game. Whatever. Yeah.
Okay. Mine is, and I'm sure everyone in chat can know what I'm going to pick for this one. It's Bethesda.
Ooh.
Bethesda are
after Starfield, certainly.
Yeah, keep going back. Fallout 76. There's so many aspects of Bethesda. Like when you get, same thing with Ubisoft, when you get so big that you can't really fail, you stop trying, and the hype machine just carries you so far. And when your CEO gets up on stage and just lies, just tells the audience that things are coming that aren't in the game and just expects them to make it. I also think that should be a crime. Bullshot should be a crime. If you're faking trailers or just overpromising things, they are the kings of overpromise, and I don't like that so many gamers, because of Skyrim and Fallout 3, like they're just like, oh no, they're great, and they just have the wool pulled over their eyes. So yeah, Bethesda go there for me.
It will stay still a good publisher. I think the non-Bethesda games pretty good. Machine Games, id, Tango, RIP.
I think there's quite a few.
Arcane.
I think there's quite a few honourable mentions for auspicious Maladroit. I think I'd put EA there.
Sure.
Yep. Any big corpo, basically, at the moment.
Yeah, Activision,
Warner Brothers.
Yeah, Activision, definitely.
Xbox as a whole.
Yeah.
Microsoft as a whole.
Yeah.
Yeah, Xbox. All right, let's move down to Neutral Maladroit. Not so well hyped and kind of shit games. For this one, I went with Konami.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I think, they've blocked their copybook enough times that Konami sort of lost the hype.
Yeah.
And most of the stuff they've been doing is shite.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if they can, because I feel like there'd be a time where like a Capcom could also be in one of these lower categories, but Capcom seems to have made the right changes, and between stuff like Monster Hunter and Resi and Street Fighter, like have put out good things. So I'm curious with. I mean, all we've seen from Konami in terms of like new big AAA games are remakes of old important AAA games, which we're getting again with Metal Gear Solid Delta tomorrow. So
I know that's Maladroit for you. They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah. Which sucks because there was a time where they were probably one of my favorite developers. PS1, PS2 era, real good shit.
Certainly.
Yeah.
For me, this is a bit of a cheat because there's no lone developer, and honestly, I probably couldn't even name a developer in this one. But it is specifically targeting those bullshit mobile game ads that are clearly not what the game is indicative of. And they'll have the audacity to say something. It'll be like a horny game, and they'll say, "We bet you can't last 15 seconds without coming." And I'm like, "That's bullshit. I could absolutely last 15 seconds without coming in this game." So
I couldn't.
Neutral. That's the next episode of Battle Masters.
Give me a motor.
Casey in the chat says he'd put Gearbox here. That was actually something I considered for Neutral Maladroit.
Interesting. Yeah.
KC on the right wavelength there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like a real fall from grace. I feel like a lot of different studios could fit there.
Well, I first knew Gearbox as the guys who made expansions for Half-Life. And,
sure.
I was fine with them on that level. I think it was Borderlands where it all started going downhill.
And then they had to stop trying.
Yeah.
Because they made one of the biggest shooters ever made. And then they were like, well, let's just do this. Just pump this shit out. So
it's also crazy that I think it was the same year we got Borderlands 2 and Alien Colonial Marines, which is like a legendary flop. But yeah, interesting.
All right. Now, Humble Maladroit.
Did Jay choose yours? Did you choose yours?
I'll just fucking do Gearbox. Fuck it.
Okay, fine. That's Jay's. Yep. Jay, again, put the work in for this one.
You didn't let me fucking do it. I had one, but I'll just bump it down.
Who was it?
Okay, what was yours?
Well, no, actually, because the one I have could actually go in the last one, and I don't have one for the last one, so I'll use that. Get fucked. I choose Gearbox.
Gearbox, okay. Okay, now Humble Maladroit, as in games that don't have much of a profile and aren't very good, I just put for that 90% of Steam. Because I think it's unfair to pick on anyone for that. Mm-hmm. It's just people who aren't very good at what they do and don't get much of a profile. Yeah, everyone who hasn't made it.
Yeah. Yeah, which there's tens of thousands of games probably literally every year that could fall into this category.
Mm-hmm. Most of it.
I mean, there was a point when I might have said like Rebellion developments would be Humble Maladroit, but I think they've, between like Sniper Elite, Atomfall, and things like that, they've sort of clawed their way up to Humble Neutral for me.
Yeah. Yeah, it almost feels like they're also like their games are positioned like something like Atomfall, I think was in like summer conferences. So like if your game can kind of hit that showcase level, it feels like a notch above this.
Did you have one for Humble Maladroit?
I do. I am specifically choosing Yuji Naka because I think there's nothing more humble than going to prison when asked to.
Yeah, that's pretty humble.
Yuji Naka, creator of things like Balan Wonderworld. He let me tell you, his games aren't great. Balan Wonderworld is not a good video game. I would argue not as bad as some people say. but it is a bad game. And the fact that I think there's nothing more humble than serving your time in prison for a nice white collar crime.
Quite. But humble in this context was referring to like the hype that their games get.
Yeah, I did a little cheating. A little
that's
cheating
fair
just because I
enough.
wanted to bring up Yuji Naka, and I like his hat he wears sometimes to jail. Do you think he wears that hat and scarf in jail?
Probably.
1,000%.
I mean,
that's a live feed. He's just not moving. That's a video.
Did Balan Wonderworld have much hype? I don't remember much.
No, I don't think
not
so.
if anyone had eyes.
Yeah.
No, quite.
Yeah.
All right, Jay. What are you putting in room 101? What are you putting in Humble Maladroit?
With the straitjacket, Peter Molyneux.
Ooh,
I like it.
Well, he's gone. I think he's been all around the.
Oh
the
yeah,
chart
he's a tornado.
times.
He's been
at various times in his career.
Around.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
he might be the only person
now,
to have been
that's
every
where he
single square at some point.
Probably,
yeah.
He was. I did say he was auspicious competent in his Amiga days.
Yeah.
Populous, Theme Park, Syndicate.
But he's been so bad for so long. His hype has died down. He gets up on stage and people laugh. They're like, "What are you going to promise now?" And you're like, "This is the weirdest thing ever." And not in like "Ooh, we're doing interesting new things." It's like, "Here's a weird thing I dreamt of in the 90s, and the game is going to be nothing like this." That's Peter Molyneux. So it's just like, why are people still giving him money? I don't get it.
Question. None of us will ever know.
Still, I find it hard to picture Peter Molyneux being described as humble in any context.
But like you said, it's in description of the hype.
Oh, right? All right, fair enough. Okay, well, after all that's our nominations. Why don't we go to Super Chats and see if anyone?
It is interesting. We got through the whole thing without, like, you said an honorable mention was FromSoft, but without like officially putting FromSoft there.
Well, fair enough. I only
that's
about
top
it this
left
morning,
in my opinion.
as we were talking.
Yeah,
it's on my list, but this is the thing. Some of the things that are on my list, you guys have already mentioned, so it's called a cop out. You prick.
There you go. All right, well, let's start with Raven, $5. Raven's weekly word of the week, week 14, obstreperous. Also, I hope you guys have placed Yahtzee on this chart. What do you know? Somebody did.
Me.
Before anybody knew that. Now, credit to you, Raven. This was the first time I had to look up your weekly word of the week.
What does it mean?
Is it maladroit?
I certainly don't know what it means.
It means noisy and unruly.
Mm.
As in, what an obstreperous child you have.
Obstreperous.
If someone told that to me, I'd say thank you. Yeah, he's looking pretty obstreperous.
Well, you'd be at the wrong
If somebody
party.
uses verbose language to describe you, you just say thanks in general. Just hope.
Yeah, the more syllables, the better you got to be.
Cheers.
Yes. How maladroit you are looking today.
Thanks.
Dr. Theo, member for 19 months in the tip jar, and then gives $5 to say, sending this before I know the rules, but Yahtzee would probably be chaotic neutral.
Yeah, surprise, we used bullshit language.
Yes.
Which, where would chaotic neutral would be auspicious
Bottom
neutral?
middle. Yeah, bottom middle.
Yeah, that would be humble neutral, I guess.
Yeah.
Or would it? Well, it's not the same thing.
Yeah.
This is a different thing, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Alex Armstrong gives $2 and says, Lawful Good, Tim Schafer, Lucas Pope, or Eric Barone. Hey, we name dropped all of those.
Yeah.
We did.
Stop bringing up pictures of me looking young, wearing a silly hat.
Makes you feel like you're slowly crawling towards death.
Yes, it's certainly a memento mori, as they say.
Yeah.
Dread Pirate Mittens gives $5. Says, have you seen the new additions to the Cambridge Dictionary? Will Skibbity be making it into your daily vocabulary, or is that a bit delulu? I've never
how do you
even
feel
heard
about new
delulu
words
before. What the hell is
Is that just short
delulu?
for delusional?
I
I
guess
think
so.
it's, something,
No,
if something is
delulu is
delulu.
Internet slang term used to describe the belief that one can influence one's own destiny through sheer willpower.
Well, that's mildly specific.
Yeah.
Most words are mildly specific.
That was just delulu. I like the way delulu sounds coming out of my
Sounds.
mouth. Yeah.
Yeah. It sounds nice. Delulu.
Yeah.
So I say it in like the Donkey Kong Bonanza picking up banana voice.
Oh,
Oh,
delulu.
delulu.
Delulu. I was saying a word last night and Jess didn't believe me that in England, the board game Clue is called Cluedo.
That's true.
And she
it's a pun on
vehemently
Ludo.
did not like it. Yeah, it's pun on that girl right there.
Is the movie called Cluedo in...
I think it was released as Cluedo in the UK.
I think in England it's released as Cluedo, yeah.
Interesting.
Because, Ludo is also a board game. I don't know if it's well known in America.
I did not know that, no.
Yes.
Yeah, it's Latin, simply means I play.
Ah, look at
that. Witticism, missed one, sorry. Lance the Were-Yeen, member for 6 months in the Green Gang, says, letibulate, to hide in a corner. I haven't heard that one. That's a good word.
Letibulate.
I'm going to put that alongside defenestrate.
Letibulate sounds like doing some weird stuff.
I know what defenestrate means because my university lecturer on our first day said, hey, I'm teaching you 3D modeling. If any of you fuck with me, I will defenestrate you. Look that up. And we all Googled it, and that's how we learned that word.
There you go.
I found it in a Calvin and Hobbes book once. Marty, do you know what defenestrate means?
No, absolutely. I thought it was deforest, like to remove trees.
Would it help if I told you that fenestre is the French word for window?
Is it something that's opaque, something that you can't see through then? If it's defenestrate?
No. To defenestrate is to literally throw something out of a window.
Oh.
So my university lecturer threatened to throw me out a window on my first day.
Does it have to literally be out a window, or can it be like a metaphorical window?
I guess you
defenestrated the first draft of your book because you thought it was
yes, I've heard defenestrate used in that context, certainly.
Gotcha.
Who are you hanging out with that's using defenestrate metaphorically? They sound fun
clearly not
parties.
you guys.
Definitely not me. No.
They're fun at the parties I go to.
You don't go to parties.
You don't go to parties.
Well, we call them parties. Anyway, Witticism gives $10 and says, very curious to see where Todd Howard lands. My vote is for lawful neutral, as Bethesda games aren't exactly good, but have always freely provided the tools for modders to make them good. No, I think Todd Howard's an asshole. I don't know if he's a maladroit. He's quite competent at being a shit game developer.
I would love to see a heat map of almost like a chart of when Todd Howard's rise and when he hit his apex and when it started coming down. Like Skyrim was Skyrim an apex?
Probably. It still is.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, arguably for Bethesda. Not even arguably.
It's when a lot of these people become so big that their shit ideas have to be put in by the developers who are more qualified to be coming up with those ideas.
Which makes someone like a Kojima even more impressive. Because yes, he is insane.
But he's insane.
That stuff, but it works.
Right?
Yeah.
He's just he's not trying to make money first. He's trying to make weird shit. He's an artist. Todd Howard to me is not an artist. He's a businessman.
Yeah.
The people you don't want to say no to. I was watching a video the other day. I think it was talking about public transport in Romania, I think. Apparently, at one point, the dictator of Romania was organizing a new public transport system, and the engineers will say, brought him a map with the projected places for stations, and one of them, of course, was in the city center. And the dictator's wife said, why you put one in the city centre? What kind of factories are there? And the engineer said, well, there's no factories, but, the university's there, and people need to get there. And the dictator's wife said, students, they're getting too fat, let them walk. And no one wanted to say no, so they didn't put a station in the fucking city centre.
Insane. Absolutely.
Well, they are getting a bit chubby, though, all right, so I agree with them.
Everyone could use a little bit of a walk. Get your 10,000 steps in.
Anyway, Lance the Were-Yeen gives 14 Zaras and says, since we're all on words.
That was the previous word. The what was it? The libiberate?
Yeah. And then Alex Armstrong gives $2 and says, lawful neutral, J. Carmack easily. Look at Quake 2. I thought about putting John Carmack into auspicious neutral. Or neutral competent.
Then where would Ramiro go?
Oh, well, Ramiro in Daikatana times was auspicious maladroit. Like, no question.
Yeah.
And
He's another one that I think has jumped around the board.
Yeah, he's gotten a tic-tac-toe here.
And at that time, Carmack would have been neutral competent, certainly.
Sure.
All right, where was I? A superb owner gives $5 and says, although they aren't developers, please add Satoru Iwata and Phil Spencer to the pile. Those ones will be easy, and the contrast will make a great point.
I believe that's hinting. I assume superb owner would like Iwata up in the lawful good, humble competent corner, and Phil Spencer down in the auspicious maladroit corner.
There you go.
I will. I don't want
Randy Pitchford as well.
Oh,
I do think. Granted, Phil Spencer is the head of the company, so the buck should, stop there. I do think he does have to take the brunt of decisions made above him. But that's what the money's for. So I'm not going to feel too bad for him. But yeah.
And then Lance the Weryin gives 35 Zaras and says, we're already dropping Marty into the Pommy zone with cack-handed. Ooh-woo. Well, you spelled
a Pommy zone.
Well, Pommy is an Australian term for a British person. And cack should be spelled C-A-C-K. It's a Yorkshire term meaning simply excrement. You'd say, I've cacked me pants.
I like that. I'm going to be honest. I like cacked my pants. I think that's funny.
And we explained cack-handed earlier, right? It's just incompetent, basically. I'm cack-handed.
Yeah, no, cack-handed I got from context clues there. I do like the term. I like cack-handed.
Language.
I think it's funny.
Alex Armstrong gives $5 and says, auspicious maladroit, Brendan McNamara for how he treated staff on LA Noir's making, Yuji Naka for Balan Wonderworld and Sonic, or Ramiro for Will.
I just got excited for Yuji Naka.
Oh, dear.
I forgot.
Man.
I didn't even know
Brendan
McNamara's name was Brendan McNamara. I just know the LA Noir development was a disaster.
He's got a lion face.
He does.
With a mane going all the way around. Don't mess with him. He'll kill your cubs.
That can't be the same man.
The same person?
Man with the lion name is that man?
Who was that random lion mane? Like, that guy was trying to sell us ale.
Man?
Was that just Brendan McNamara before he cut it all off?
Before and after LA Noir?
Before and after LA Noir?
Who knows?
Oh, is it an actor?
Oh, that's funny. Oh, you just looked up an actor. Gotcha. That's funny.
Oh, okay. Shit. Ryan Betts gives $5 and says, speculation time. Who are some indie devs with only one game released which you predict will grow to one day become a part of conversations like these?
Ooh.
Well, Eric Barone still only got one game out, Stardew Valley.
Team Cherry for the next week and a half.
Team Cherry for the next week and a half. I'm curious to see what Tunda Russ, the developer of Blueprints, does next. Billy, the Animal Well developer.
Mm-hmm.
What happens after that? Yeah.
I feel for him. I feel for him so bad.
Yeah.
Must be rough in these streets.
Sure. But also you got a lot of money, so it's
yeah, so yeah.
The limit for what I feel for people, there's a certain point where I could feel like a lot of human empathy, and then I'm like, but they have a lot of money, so
yeah, you have like 200 million in the bank though, so dab your tears with that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Balacho, Local Funk. That's another good one, Fun.
Lance the Weryin gives 35 Zaros and says, humble competent I think should be any dev on Yahtzee's bland list. No, they shouldn't. You've misunderstood the Yaxes there, Lance the Weryin. Bland games should be in true neutral or auspicious neutral.
Yeah. But I forgive you for not understanding the language.
Someone who also doesn't understand the language,
I think it's perfectly understandable in context. I mean, when you see maladroit is the opposite of competent. Anyway, the Brain Sturgeon gives €6 and says, I don't have anything to add, but I'm currently on vacation and couldn't bring my dog. Can I see you lads puppers for some dog fiends?
I like a dog fiend.
Yes. Let me get that pup.
Here he comes. Come on,
dogs.
Tough.
Everyone shut up, dogs are
requested. Someone paid money.
Good dad, puppy.
If you are listening to the podcast on one of your podcast services of choice, first off, welcome. Thank you so much. Think about giving us 5 stars, leaving a nice comment. But also, right now, Yahtzee and Jay are showing their respective pups. It's very nice.
Here he is. He's at the bottom of the screen because my camera's a bit high.
They're incredibly nice. They're small. They look fluffy. They're being very good. That's my description of the dogs. One is kind of white and one is kind of brown.
Toffee's short.
He's orange.
I wouldn't say Toffee was fluffy. He's more fuzzy than fluffy.
Okay, gotcha. Should we do a dog alignment chart next? What if we just do alignment charts from now on?
Fuzzy against fluffy. Yes.
Yeah, I like that.
Ready?
Anyway, Ryan Betts gives $2 and says, "Have you all heard Hollow Knight is getting a sequel? I think it might have flashed over our radar." Yes, Ryan Betts.
I'm really excited.
Hi, Toffee.
Let me tell you, I'm really excited.
Yeah, I'm hyped.
This current Hollow Knight replay I'm doing right now is getting me extremely excited.
I'm doing a steal run.
What does that
I'm
mean?
doing a permadeath run.
Get the fuck out of here. What have you died?
Iron Man run.
I haven't died. Yeah, well, there's a mode. It's like steal. If you die, you're dead forever.
I didn't even know there was
I've made it to City of Tears, defeated the mage boss in City of Tears.
Late last night, I defeated the second Hornet battle on the snowy mountain, the King's King's Peak or King's Cross. And let me tell you, I felt like a goddamn deity.
Right.
King's Cross is a train station in London.
That's from Harry Potter. Don't try to trick me. It's not a real thing.
If you
it is real. Platform 9 3/4 wasn't a real thing, but after Harry Potter became successful, they added a plaque to a wall in the real world King's Cross station.
They have to have people stood there to stop people running into it for jokes. Yeah. If you if you like Hollow Knight, my next video is on it, and then the following one's on Silksong, so you got a double bill.
Get out of town! A double Hollow Knight.
Boom! Please don't be shit. Please.
Lance the Way In gives 14 Zaras and says, "Doggo tax, doggo tax."
It worked. The doggo tax worked.
Yes. And then BS Marsh gives $2 and says, "Humble competent for J-Mate's cameo on Extra History."
Hey.
Humble and competent.
I'm neither of those things. I was in Extra History. I'm good friends with them over there, and they asked me to be in a video. Yeah.
Huh. How nice.
I have like a voice line. I'm in it for like 15 seconds. It's no biggie.
They never asked me to do a cameo.
That's because you're a twat.
That's because you probably used too big of words and they didn't understand.
Why I would be quite consolate to make an appearance, I would have said.
I will pass it on. I play games with Matt from Extra History like every week. We're good buds.
I do get the sense I'm hard to reach because my email address isn't public, and I don't really engage with social media much.
That and also your front-facing persona is a bastard. So
it's
maybe
just
people don't want. They think you'll just say no.
Just a persona I have lived 24/7 for the last 16 years.
The problem is people don't see your weekend bread posting. If people saw your bread posting, I think that is possibly like the most open and accommodating thing you do.
I think I think
it's delightful.
I should make a public bread post.
No, I don't know. I still like the idea.
All of your emails you send out
for you. Bread posting is what we call every Monday morning. Yahtzee posts in our company Slack pictures of the baked goods he made over the weekend, and it's just very nice. He's very honest with like I thought this one turned out really well. I kind of fucked up this one, but was able to save it. I want to try this next time. I want to learn from that, and I think it's nice. And I think it's nice that you don't monetize it or try to do anything like that.
Nice to have a non-monetized hobby, isn't it? Absolutely. Yes, I make a loaf of bread every Sunday for the week. And I make myself a treat as well. This week I made Millionaire's Shortbread again, which is one of my particular favourite treats.
It looked great. It always makes me super hungry in the morning. You should just if you reach out for collaborations, you should just open the email with a bread post. By the way, here's some bread I made. Also, you down to collab?
Yeah.
Although I shouldn't have used semi-sweet chocolate for the Millionaire's Shortbread. It was the only... It was the only chocolate I had on hand. I've previously used milk chocolate for Millionaire's Shortbread. And the thing with semi-sweet is it really overpowers flavor-wise. I mean, it just tastes like chewy chocolate. I wanted to get some caramel flavor in there.
Yeah.
Oh well.
You want those layers, yeah. Oh well.
Every day we learn. We never stop learning. You know the kind of person who doesn't think they have more to learn?
Shit.
Donald Trump.
No!
That is a man who comes across like he doesn't think he has more to learn.
He's dying. It's fine.
Yeah.
Not quickly enough.
Dunned him.
Oh shit! Allegedly.
Benjamin Max
allegedly, that satire. What other things we need to put up?
This is just my personal opinion, etc. Benjamin Max gives $5. Says, "Can't wait for season 5 of my favorite D&D campaign." Ooh, what's that called, Benjamin Max?
What if they said Critical Role?
Send us another $5 to tell us the name of our show.
Yes.
No, you don't have to do that. We are in the thick of figuring out exactly which 2 weeks are going.
Also, guess what I got last week as well?
We've almost beginning the process of deciding when we're going to figure out when the next season is going to be filmed.
And if you haven't already picked up your copy of the Adventurers and I expansion versions of Red Dragon Inn, which is a fantastic game in its own right, look at all this shit you can get. Thanks,
Dave,
Jack.
That's been behind me for weeks.
Yeah, I know, but it took Jack 10 years to send it to me. Otherwise, it would have been behind me.
It gets better with age. It's like a whiskey.
It does have a funk smell to it, so I think it has aged.
All right, Alex Armstrong gives $10. Says, "I'm with Yahtzee on his semi-emblematic. Unlocking new stuff in skill trees feels less like upgrades and more restoring my ability to be good at the game. Then again, doesn't player choice matter when choosing skills? Well, yeah, it matters when the choice actually matters.
Sure.
Like in something like Skyrim, where you have to pick something to specialize in.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's just, do I want 5% added time to Rage of the Gods mode or a 10% defense buff against marshmallow-based damage?"
Yeah.
I will say one thing, this is sort of tangentially related to skill trees. One thing is you shouldn't lock what should be a basic mechanic behind a skill tree. And I'm thinking of you, Hollow Knight, not a skill tree, but with the charms. The idea of you need to use a 1-slot charm to show your character on the map. You should go to jail for that. You should go to jail for that, Team Chair. The reason Silksong took 7 years is because they had to serve some time for that decision.
Especially in a Metroidvania, or as the Japanese call it, search action.
I love
that. Raven comes back with $5 and says, "Great, now I have to hear about how Yahtzee is on the scale. Well, I didn't know that was going to happen when I commented. That's not how time works."
You don't know how time works.
You should have known.
It could be time loops and whatnot.
Sometimes reading out these comments is like being in Groundhog Day.
That I believe you also might have missed a Hunter Roge.
Or that
for 21
film,
months.
Or that Arrival film where all of time is experienced simultaneously.
Yeah, that was sad. That movie's very sad.
Well, on my list, Hunter Roge is the next one. Member for 21 months from the Green Gang. And says, "Yacht Club games, humble competent or neutral competent?"
Ooh.
Help me out. What did Yacht Club do?
Shovel Knight.
Oh, yes.
And the mouse game.
They're doing Nina the Hollower that comes out on Halloween.
Yeah.
Yes, I'd say humble competent describes them pretty well.
Yeah,
humble,
I agree.
Competent. Yeah. They're a developer that I want to see what their actual next game is. Because they've spent like the better part of 10 years in the Shovel Knight kind of. All of it feels very Shovel Knighty. And Mina the Hollower is like a small internal team. So I'm curious what their like actual next big proper.
Have they said that Mina the Hollow Knight isn't the Hollower is a small project they're working on?
Yes, I believe so. Yeah. Their core is working on something else that I think is going to be to 3D games what Hollow Knight was to like
it's a mobile ad porn game.
Don't go 3D. That's how Sonic fucked it up.
Sonic's been fucking it up since the beginning, mate.
Yeah. Think about it. Bubsy 4D got announced, so Bubsy's coming back. And if Bubsy can come back, come back.
Is this going to be like one of those lol, aren't we, ironic, self-effacing, referencing how the last game was shit sort of game?
I believe so, but it's being developed by the indie devs who made like Demon Turf and are making Demon Tides. And so they're like pretty good 3D platforming developers. So it's interesting.
Okay.
Zalno gives $10 and says, "I'd put Shigeru Miyamoto in auspicious neutral. Dude made rock-solid games once upon a time, but his influence went sour in his later years. See also Wii Music, Skyward Sword, Star Fox Zero, etc." Yes, I certainly get the sense they keep Miyamoto around as more of a mascot these days.
I mean, he's like leading parks stuff and the movie stuff. Like, I think he's kind of
Yeah.
He's a brand man now.
That higher level. Also, to say Shigeru Miyamoto made rock solid games once upon a time seems like an understatement. Like,
that man revolutionized the gaming industry.
Well,
I mean, he's just like, I think without him, we just wouldn't be here.
Right. I mean, but let's not blind ourselves with nostalgia. He made games that were good at the time.
Humbly disagree.
This is a debate for the ages.
I competently disagree that his games were fine for the time.
Okay, fine. A winged potato goes $4.99 and says Kurt Schilling is awful as a human, even beyond that, and that was ketchup in the sock.
Famously, during a World Series, he claimed to have he pitched through an injury and had a bloody sock. And there's always been conspiracy theories that it was all a ploy to make people think that he was so tough, and that it was actual not blood in his sock, but ketchup.
Well, ketchup doesn't actually look much like blood in my experience.
No, that looks like blood.
Well, it's hard to say actually. Blood, of course, famously dries brown.
I've seen several films have that as a plot point.
Yeah.
What, the ketchup sock?
No, that you're able to tell how real blood dries brown because it oxidizes.
Yeah.
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 Interesting.
Hey, did you know that for the film Psycho, the fake blood was actually tomato ketchup but mixed with chocolate syrup?
That's right, with the Caro syrup, right?
Yeah.
Get that color?
But it didn't matter what color it was black and white film, but it had the right, consistency.
Consistency. Viscous.
It did.
Viscosity.
Yeah. Shout out to
BS Mally 11 gives $2 and says Obsidian, neutral competent, FNV, Fallout New Vegas is amazing, but recently middling.
Fallout New Vegas is very good. I'm almost done with my replay or my first time play. I'm enjoying it a lot. But yeah, that feels about right with stuff like Outer Worlds and Grounded and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Lost for place.
Alex Armstrong.
Yes. Alex Armstrong gets $2 and says, can Suda 5-1 and Swery go in the same place together? I would put Swery maybe even in Maladroid. I don't think his games are very good. I mean, he has fun ideas, but his games are sort of designed for shit.
Yeah. I'd put them in the same axis in terms of they both seem like really fun dudes who have fun ideas. I think Suda has executed on his ideas throughout time, I think, better, and has made games that feel like better, proper games.
I'd say he's neutral competent.
Yeah.
Swery's neutral Maladroit.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Anyway, Lance the Were Yin gives 14 Zaros and says, one day I hope to be humble Maladroit. Ooh.
I believe in you. Shoot for the stars.
You hope people have no expectations of you and you still don't meet them?
Yeah. Like, aim high.
That sounds like the dream.
It's got to be relaxing, at the very least. John Brooks gives £20, the best currency, and says this is one of those subjects that it would be interesting to see the rest of the team's choices. Quick, Jay, get Jess to get KC and Jesse thinking of their choices.
You know what? We'll give that KC. Oh yeah, I guess you could do that.
Yeah, Jez, we've got an idea for you for Hot Monday Energy tonight. It's going to be a hot debate Monday Energy debate.
No. I will send the Hot Monday Energy crew what we did and how we did it, and they all have a few.
Marty's going to send you guys this.
Ask her who she'd nominate for Auspicious Maladroit.
Ask her if she knows what Maladroit is.
Who would you nominate for Auspicious Maladroit? Do you know what the word Maladroit means? She says, "Of course I do. You snob." Move on.
The fuck out of here.
I knew Jess would know.
She's a word witch.
Yeah.
Delicious.
That's what I like about her.
She's thinking.
Language. Okay.
Auspicious was most hype, yeah. She'll think. I'll get back to you. Okay. Do another one.
Okay, Double Finger gives €2 and says, bit surprised nobody's mentioned David Cage. Well, that's definitely auspicious. Probably Maladroit, come to think of it.
Yeah, Maladroit,
like a big one we haven't touched on yet.
Yeah. Yeah, fucking David Cage.
Yeah,
He's old now to Peter, I think.
And even like given the stories that have been told about the workplace culture there, sounds like he's in the bad corner.
Yeah. Alex Armstrong gives $5 and says, sorry to bring this up again, but it's funny COD Blob 7 feels like Activision going fuck you to your semi-emblematic on Void levels and doubling down.
Yeah. It's like, oops, all Void levels.
Yeah, I know. I had a similar impression. I think what it might have been more the case that the end bit of Black Ops 6 was intended as a sort of stealth pilot, much the way of the ship minigame in Assassin's Creed 3 was the stealth pilot for Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
Interesting. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, they're gauging. And it got a good response. I for one am actually really excited. It's probably the first time I've been like, oh, a Call of Duty campaign that I actually kind of want to play because they could do something interesting with this whole dream logic hopping nonsense. So I'm like, why not?
Okay, LOTR fan 193, member for 21 months in the Green Gang, and then donates $1.99 but says nothing.
Oh, thanks, LOTR fan.
Sorry, got to donate at least $20 to get onto Tsunami Douche's level. And then Geldon Yetic gives $5 and says, I'd say Marcus Pearson, maker of Minecraft, and Tynan Sylvester, maker of RimWorld, deserve a hit to competence for basing them on existing games. I don't know where the fuck Notch would be.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's hard because didn't he after Minecraft he worked on?
He was working on something.
He worked on funding Donald Trump, didn't he?
That was after the thing I'm thinking of. There was like a game called Relic or a game called like C something with some numbers.
I seem to remember he was working on something called Scrolls.
Scrolls, that was it, not Relic.
Oh yeah,
and then something called
came in,
OX10C.
Right?
Yeah, everything's stupid.
Who the hell knows?
Everything's stupid.
Listed Soul gives $1.99 and says, with Sword of the Sea out, where's Giant Squid go?
Something else with sand or water?
A company that makes games about the games that are like Journey and nothing else.
Honestly, if they make one of these every 5 years, I'm kind of fine if they're all similar-ish. As much as I love a developer who kind of stretches creatively and goes in different genres and different tones, I've really liked everything Giant Squid's worked on. So,
yeah.
More please.
Sovereign gives €5 and says, I guess none of you brought up Capcom because they're historically all over the damn chart all the time. Well, in which case, they would average out to true neutral.
That would actually not be a bad place because they might be ones that you could at one point in time make a case for literally any spot on the board.
Yeah, well, that you say that, but where are they now? Because Peter Molyneux was all over the board. He wasn't in neutral because of where he is now.
Well,
Capcom are releasing some good things recently, so I do agree with that.
Mushy looks cool. Resi's been good.
Yeah,
Monster Hunter's got monsters.
Monster Hunter's good.
I mean, I'm fairly confident in my prediction that Resi 9 is going to suck ass. But that's just pattern recognition. Don't mind me.
It looks spooky.
I saw in the demo you can play in first and third person, and I was like, "Oh, that's an interesting choice."
It's a spooky thing chasing you.
That woman, you seen the demo? That woman, she spooks, man.
Is she wobbly?
She's
not wobbly though.
She ain't wobbling, but she got a long neck, and I'm down.
Yeah.
What, in a spooky way?
Yeah, yeah. Well, there's a specific length where if you pass over that threshold, you get spooky neck. She got spooky neck.
Yeah, okay, she's got a long neck in a spooky way, and Jamate is down in a non-spooky way.
Yeah,
well,
I'm down in a nod hardening way. Shout out to Patreon Movie Night.
I guess now we know Jay's fetish.
Nod hardening
gives 2,500 CLPs and says middle Koei Tecmo and subsidiaries, perfectly okay games with limited audience and moderate hype. Very A and AA tier. Bottom right, David Cage. Yeah, Koei Tecmo. What was their last one? Oh, Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, of course. Which was all right, but apparently no one gave a shit about.
Yeah.
Because the views of the Fully Ramblomatic review are officially the lowest views any Fully Ramblomatic has ever gotten.
I think it just also that was like...
Yes, but we kind of suspect the algorithm might have been involved in that as well.
Yeah, last week and the week before, we got hit real hard in the YouTube algorithms. If you're going to see almost everything we put out, dramatically underperformed compared to everything beforehand, which is why stuff like super chats and most importantly Patreon are incredible ways to help us keep the lights on here.
Yeah, so while we're on the subject, please consider joining the Patreon to keep us going. If you can't do that, a little like, and a subscribe and a comment would also go a long way to remind the algorithm that we exist.
And share the videos.
People like watching videos like this.
Go to Costco and put them on every single TV.
There you go. Raven comes back with $10 and says, OMG, I did it. I stumped Yahtzee. My life is complete. There are so many people I'd like to thank. I'd like to thank my agent, my parents, my fourth grade teacher who always believed in me. Yes,
you did it, Raven. I'm proud of you.
Your little victory.
Well done.
Take your little victory as you will, you little man.
You little maladroit.
Back to your coffin.
Is that right?
Yes, that was correct. Can confirm.
Well, if you wish to imply that he was incompetent, then
no,
yes.
I would never say that about Raven. Raven knows so many more words than I do.
Many.
I bet Raven knew what maladroit meant.
Oh, fuck. Dundum.
Alex Armstrong gives $2 and says, mate votes smashes Sakurai as auspicious competent.
Yeah, I think that's a good place for maybe neutral competent. Because the thing is, Sakurai doesn't feel like he brags. He is just kind of insane and loves to go into hyper granular detail on the games he makes. Also, I would argue maybe he's even humble competent because he made that entire several year long a YouTube series about game development tips, like short 10-minute game dev tutorials, and he never monetized them. Like there's no ads on any of those videos. He didn't make he said he spent like over $100,000 of his own money making that series. That's cool. Didn't want anything from it because he just wanted to share his knowledge. So good man.
Legend of the game.
Ryan Betts gives $5, says, shout out to Eric for the live visual aid. A few more to ponder. Jonathan Blow, John Ramiro, Bloober Team, Retro Studios. I would say humble, neutral, previously auspicious, maladroit. Bloober Team.
I feel like Bloober and Retro will have to wait until because they're both on the cusp, theoretically.
We were discussing this. Yeah, we can't talk about it. But
Bloober's on the cusp of Chronos, the New Dawn, and Retro Studios theoretically is on the cusp of releasing Metroid Prime 4. So I feel like we could revisit when those were out.
I finished Chronos and New Dawn already. Yeah, I'm a reviewer.
Very proud of you.
Sovereign gives €5 and says, oh, here's another one. Where would you put Sam Lake and Remedy? Interesting.
That's a great one.
Neutral.
Competent?
Middle. Yeah.
Neutral competent.
Because we've discussed this before. They're really good at their story stuff, but I think it was you, Yahtzee, who said no gameplay from them has ever tickled you.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Double Fine, most of the gameplay is just sort of annoying in its blandness. I think the gameplay in Sam Lake's games and Remedy's games is functional, if not mind-blowing, therefore neutral.
I would argue that they would be inauspicious, if only because it feels like if you're going out of your way to make a large library-spanning cinematic universe out of your games, there's something about that feels auspicious. The fact that there's almost like homework. Auspicious neutral. I like that.
Auspicious neutral. I'm happy with that.
Zaratha gives $10, says, coming here late, like one of the good guys, bows to the audience. I wonder how Riot Games fits there, given all of League's history and all of their other projects. RIP, Riot Forge, and Runeterra, salute.
Yeah, Jay, I think you probably know the most about Riot.
Yeah. I think League of Legends is one of the biggest games of all time. It's unbelievably big. I know a lot of people aren't really into MOBAs, but there are a horrific amount of people who play it every day. It's massive, and it's good. I also think some of their other games are pretty good, but they're also just kind of I'll be real, whoring out the IP to a lot of like third-party developers who are making okay games, and for me it's just like they're making their one thing and they're trying a lot of things and not really I also know people inside, so I know a little bit about the work culture. So I don't know, I'd say big hype, I forget the words, big hype but kind of okay.
Auspicious neutral, I believe.
Auspicious neutral.
Yeah. All right. BS Mali 11 gives $5. Says the Romanian dictator transit story is incomplete. They secretly built the station at the risk of execution, and it is functional to this day. Yes, I heard that.
Great fun fact.
I also heard that they had to build the station extra small so it wouldn't be noticed. So now, like, the central city station in like Romania's capital city is this tiny
risk of execution.
How do you build? How do you keep a goddamn a transit station secret?
Well, they were building a lot of transit stations.
Yeah.
Also, who's at risk of execution?
The builders,
the engineers,
because the dictator said you need to make it outside of the city center because apparently his wife said that the students.
But don't let my wife know, or I'll kill you.
Well, they didn't. Yeah, the dictator didn't know either. I think the actual builders were like, "Fuck this, we're going to go rogue."
What a
builders.
Oh look, it's Tsunami Dusha, and he gave us $20 and said nothing.
Truly a humble, competent
legend. Oh, 1,000%.
Blistered Soul 199 gives 199 and says, "Is Mike Klubnika the indie Kojima? Buckshot's huge. Buckshot Roulette, of course." And what else did he make? Did he make Iron Lung?
I don't think so. What is? I don't even. Is Buckshot? I don't even know what this is.
Who am I thinking? I think he means Buckshot Roulette.
Suicide. Buckshot Roulette's the suicide game.
Buckshot Roulette made Buckshot Roulette by Mike Klubnika.
Oh, he's made a bunch of like small kind of experimental horror spookies.
So did he make Iron Lung?
I don't think so.
I don't think that warrants comparison to Kojima. A lot of people are making weird indie stuff. I fucking massively respect people doing that though.
Oh, okay.
David Szymanski made Iron Lung.
Right,
the Szymanski brothers have made a bunch of games we've played. There was that one where you were like killing the dudes who make the Snuff movie. Remember, we were just like running around a random ass abandoned building.
That one was dumb.
Yeah.
Never mind. Fuegan, member for 21 months in the tip jar. Thank you very much.
Hey, thanks, Fuegan.
And then Fungus Finder gives $2. It says animal tax for showing little animals sweet dogs.
Dogs.
Puffy is gone to ground.
Ludo's fast asleep in a bowl.
Peter Parker SL gives $10. Says, "Where would you guys put Rocksteady and BioWare? Their latest games were major failures, but it wasn't entirely their fault if the BTS rumors are to be believed. What the fuck has that Korean band been up to now?"
Sure. Classic. Yeah, I mean,
BioWare have a lot of hype, but I think as we've seen, they've been falling quite a lot recently.
Your Dragon Ages, your Mass Effect, probably Auspicious Neutral.
Yeah.
Perhaps even as far as Auspicious Maladroit. Nah, maybe not.
In Rocksteady, also
for recent years.
I mean, yeah, if we're counting just for Rocksteady, if we're just counting Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, that would be Auspicious Maladroit, I think.
Maladroit, yeah.
Like that was a bad game that could possibly shutter an entire studio that made a trilogy of absolutely beloved games.
Certainly, that game individually would be Auspicious Maladroit.
Yeah.
Magnus Burkhoff gives 100 Norwegian kroner and says, "Question for Yahtzee, will there ever be another book directly following up Mogworld, or do you feel you elaborated enough through your other books, especially the McKeown books? Has Jermaine and Marty read Yahtzee's books?" Well, have you?
No. I don't know how to read.
I can't read. But I recently got into audiobooks, and once I'm finished with these ones, I've actually been thinking about picking up some of yours. Where do you think I should start?
Start with Mogworld, I guess.
Mogworld seems right up my alley, so.
Because I have been thinking about making another video game themed thing, but it wouldn't be a direct sequel or anything.
We spoke about this in one of our CCC meetings, I think, yeah.
Yes, I'm thinking about an idea for a novel that is in the lit RPG genre that apparently Mogworld is. The Bog World was before Lit RPG was even coined as a thing.
I didn't even know that was.
Anyway. Alex Armstrong gives $2 and says, last one before I go broke, where's Phil Fish at? You know, I considered putting him in Humble Maladroit, but then I figured the word humble doesn't belong anywhere near Phil Fish.
Agreed. Yeah, I almost feel
the
like
thing is, if you release... Fez is a good game, right?
Yes.
He seems like a bastard, allegedly, but he hasn't released anything else, right? Like, he just disappeared.
He's kind of uncredited, worked on a lot of things.
Interesting.
Behind the scenes, but yeah, he kind of had such burnout following all of the Fez and Fez 2 and him putting his foot in his mouth bullshit that he kind of went off the grid, which I respect.
Yeah. Fair.
Was a huge twat, though.
Agreed.
LOTR fan 193 gives 199 says, what was Atlas in the chart? Ooh, the Persona devs.
No, I mean Yahtzee had Sega, but that was more of like the sum of all parts. In terms of them, I mean, if you're going from Persona 4, Persona 3, Catherine, Persona 5, and Metaphor, like quality-wise, has to be competent.
Wait, was Metaphor? It was published by Atlas.
Metaphor was the core, and it was developed by. They're all published by Sega. Metaphor was developed by the core team of those Persona games, but it was a Team Zero or Project Zero. Whereas the Persona team is now working on Persona 6. I would say neutral, competent. Their games are a lot of hype, and they're in. They tend to announce too early, which is kind of annoying. I think their games are really good.
Well, they haven't announced Persona 6 early enough, to my mind.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Lance the Wayeen gives 35 Zaras and says, I could aim for humble competent, but Yarts and Jay will rip me a new one.
Oh yeah, you can't try to aim better.
Hey,
if you aim for humble competent, then you can't attain humble competent.
Yeah, exactly.
It's only given to those who don't want it.
Dunning-Kruger, baby.
Yeah.
Try and make good things.
Freddy Krueger.
Just try to do the best you can, and then that's what matters.
Yes. And maybe don't worry about categorizing yourself like we've been doing this whole podcast. Sussiguru 2000 gives €5 and says, are Yahtzee and Jamate on the chart yet? Well, I am. Jay hasn't actually shipped any games.
I'd be in humble Maladroit because I haven't shipped my game yet. So,
but you're incredibly humble.
Yes.
Well, yeah, I haven't shipped it. So,
there you go.
That's about as humble as it gets, I suppose.
Yeah,
it's in development.
And then Raven comes back with $2 and says, did Yahtzee just call me Lilliputian? I'm honoured. Yes, Lilliputian means small. In reference to the
Gulliver's Travels
and Gulliver's Travels.
Someone reads books.
Try again next time, Raven.
Raven, if even I know what you're talking about, you can't get me.
It's not even the best word coined from Gulliver's Travels. The best one is Brobdingnagian.
This is why people are inviting you on their podcasts. Because you say words like that. Brobdingnagian?
Brobdingnagian, in reference to the kingdom of Brobdingnag. It just means the opposite of Lilliputian. It means really big.
Oh.
Why don't we just use the word large?
Oh, here's another one.
That's a good one.
Beefy.
Hey, do you remember Deus Ex 1? Do you remember Gunter Herman's kill phrase?
No.
Was it Brobdingnagian?
It was Laputan machine, and Laputan is another word derived from Gulliver's Travels. It references a specific kingdom that had a weird philosophy.
Vladimir Laputin.
Yes, they lived on a flying island.
Huh. Wow, Gulliver's Travels sounds kind of wild as a book.
Yes. Well, it kind of is. I mean, the guy he finds a secret world full of really tiny people.
So is that
he lives with some horses at one point. Lives with some talking horses.
What a legend.
So did Gulliver create the word Laputa? Because Laputa is also the name of the floating island from Castle in the Sky.
Yeah, I think that was Gulliver's Travels, Jonathan Swift's invention.
Lazy Hayao Miyazaki.
Lazy Hayao Miyazaki.
Fucking making his own.
Humble maladroit.
Man. I got bad news for people who like Dante's Inferno as well.
Oh no.
I like Dante's Inferno.
The game?
No, fuck no.
They announced they showed off another like a dark fantasy Souls-like that's just based on
oh Jesus fucking Christ. Enough with the dark fantasy Souls-like. How about a nice fantasy Souls-like? How about
it is
I mean they did it. It's called
Another Crab's Treasure.
Another Crab's Treasure, yeah, fair enough.
You know it's getting bad when even Nick was like, all right, this is kind of too many of these dark fantasy games. Sort of like that's your audience. Even your audience is like, you guys gotta pump the brakes a little bit.
I mean, Jesus Christ. I've had a dark fantasy point and click adventure game rather than a Souls-like.
I want more. I really want. I know I put them in a weird category, but I want more like Mist-likes. I want more weird concept-y puzzle game mystery games. Oh, if you guys have any recommendations, shoot a line in the Design Delve chat because I'm looking for some
Blueprints for a start.
I've played that to death.
Okay. Well, that's the end of the super chats.
You lied.
Wait,
3
no, it isn't. 3 more came in like short.
They never end.
Short succession. Blistered Solgus 199 says, in neutral competent for Nomada Studio, or in 2 games they earn
Auspicious
competent. Nomada, what did they make?
No idea.
What did they make?
It's interesting. These studios that are a household name. Oh, Greece.
Oh, Greece.
Why did you make that noise?
Because I didn't like Greece.
They're beautiful.
It's stunning.
You're thinking of Grease, the musical.
I'm definitely thinking
that's also really good.
About dead moms and whatnot.
What I didn't like about Greece is that it's that specific kind of arty game where it's all symbology, but with no actual meaning on the surface.
Vibes based.
It's just, hey, this symbolizes sadness. Great. Where's the surface level?
Vibes based.
I mean, Moby Dick is about man's struggle against nature, but on the surface, it's a story about a dude fighting a whale. Greece doesn't have a surface. It's all symbolic. That's why I don't like it.
But it's stunning. It's pretty. It's very pretty.
Sometimes pretty is good enough.
Raven comes back with $2 and says, perhaps that didn't really apply, though, did it? I don't know.
I don't know what's previous comment.
No, I don't know what he's replying to.
You guys are having a conversation half an hour apart from each other.
Keep in mind that at least I only want to speak for me, but the second one super chat ends, the next one begins. I've forgotten the previous super chat. Every podcast is the same too. The second podcast,
it's a lot of information for us to go through.
I put it in the recycling bin.
I mean, Marty's going to forget what the word maladroit means by the end of the day. He's probably forgot what it means by now.
I'd argue I never had a firm grasp on what it meant to begin with.
Opposite of adroit, opposite of competent.
You can't say the opposite of adroit. Like, I know what adroit is. Like a sad robot from like a melodramatic droid.
It means competent, as in an adroit suggestion, sir. Anyway, the Brain Surgeon gives €2 and says, also, I heard Jermaine on Extra History, nice cameo. Yeah.
Hey, wow, 2 people heard you.
Hey, it's me on the show.
Are you one of those animated characters?
Lines.
Are you one of them?
No, that's their team. Like, there are like 12 other YouTubers in this episode. It's not like I have a special thing. It's like I'm reading out a character's voice line. It's a small thing.
So it sounds like you're a thespian. That's what it sounds like.
I mean, I'm too humble to say that, but I think I might.
Classic humble maladroit.
There you go. Humble brag. All right. Well, that is finally the end of the Super Chats. So thank you very much for listening on YouTube, Twitch, or Spotify. So yes, we don't shout that out as much as we should.
Spotify, also definitely not on Twitch. This is there's zero.
This is not on Twitch. Yeah.
Do let us know in the comments which ones do you think you should go in, or make your own ranking video. Those certainly seem to be popular on YouTube these days.
I like that. Make your own.
I love that we have multiple criminals on this list. It's hilarious.
I think everyone does A to F like ranking videos. Not enough people do competence versus hype D&D alignment charts.
Yeah.
Well,
but if you do them, you've got to use my exact language so they return to proper common parlance.
Speaking of A to F,
it was never in proper common parlance. Sorry, Jay, what were you saying?
Speaking of A to F ranking videos, There's going to be a new one coming out soon on Patreon.
Oh,
We're
that's
going to have a new Patreon exclusive video that both myself and Yahtzee are on. Ranking.
Yeah.
Can we say what it is? I'm sure we can say
we
what
might
it
as
is.
well.
Right?
It might bring some people to the Patreon if we hype it up.
All right. Well, soon you're going to be having a video which is us ranking the blueprints rooms based on how effective they would be for a Jackie Chan action scene.
Yes.
And we had a lot of fun putting it together.
And it's every room in Blueprints, which there's...
Yeah, we go through every single room.
60, 70 of them.
Yes, it took ages.
Yeah.
So look forward to that. As for you non-patron subscribing plebs, we got stuff for you this week as well. Don't you worry about that. Fully Ramblematic on Wednesday. We'll be covering Mafia... I almost said Mario. Mafia, the Old Country. It's Italian.
The Old Country.
Yeah, I'm racist like that. So look out for that. I got Yahtzee Tries on Wednesday. Don't know what I'm playing yet. Well, I've been looking at that Space Adventure Cobra game that's coming out soon. I thought I might give that a look.
No idea. What is Space Adventure Cobra?
It's like a classic manga. Like a...
Oh, that looks neat.
That does look cool.
I haven't even heard of this game.
Yes. Yes, Yahtzee Tries on Sunday, which will be the edited highlights of my streams with some extra reviews. And that's it for me this week. Jay, plug stuff.
Me, so as I mentioned earlier in the pod, next week on Monday you will have a hot, fresh out the kitchen Hollow Knight video from me in anticipation for the Silksong release, and then after that you'll have Silksong. We also have DevHeads on Friday. We're going to be returning to the podcasty format. We're going to be going over some new kind of things, some like game dev news and some other things. So yeah, look forward to that.
Red. And then for the rest of our stuff, you can check out earlier today a new wishlist video from Casey went up. That is 5 anime-inspired upcoming games you should check out across all different genres. And let me say, there's some good weave shit there. Check out that vid. Hidden Gems crew will be back tonight, normal time. We'll be doing the rewind tomorrow at the normal time. Myself, Jack, and Darren. New backdrop tomorrow. I believe Nick is out all week. However, there's still going to be Firelink and everything. Yeah, Casey and I will be continuing Jack on Wednesday. I think Thursday I'll probably be finishing Fallout New Vegas. All sorts of good stuff coming your way.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's it for now. Oh, before we go, though, remember to like the video. In fact, do it right now while I'm saying. Make sure you've liked the video by the time I get to the end of the sentence, or you're a complete palooka. Here comes the end of the sentence. It's coming up now. And that was it. That was the end of the sentence. Anyone who didn't like the video up to that point is now officially a palooka. Thank you very much for participating in the YouTube algorithm.
Palooka Gate 2025. I like the word palooka quite a bit.
Yeah, it's a fun one.
Yeah,
anyway,
very fun.
that's it from us. We'll see you next time. I'll see you on Wednesday. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Have a good one.